Hey everybody, it's Everett from Hood Time Welding. Today's project is actually a project for me. It's going to be one that I've talked about doing, and I finally got a day where I can do it quick. Well, I can get it started. It's getting my bender and slide it over here. My vise mounted up on some plates. So what I'm going to be doing is today we're going to worry about drilling the holes, getting all the holes. The vise actually came with a diagram for the holes, so that'll actually be easy. I'll just be able to set it on center the paper and pop them on. This one I already got pretty much centered, and I'll just have to do some punches, figure out what size drill I'm going to use. Same with this, and then with this one, you know, get the holes drilled out. So the reason I've got these on plates like this is because I actually want to mount underneath the table, because I want to be able to leave the whole top of the table flat and not have anything in the way in case I've got some bigger stuff. And it's also nice to be able to move these and get rid of them if I have to. So what I'm going to actually do is do like a trailer hitch type design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a square pipe, short square pipe mounted under the table with a hole through it. These will have, or not pipe, tubing. These will have a piece of tubing mounted on the bottom. Actually, probably this one will be on the side here, because that way when I tighten up and bend it and stuff. But either way, we'll decide exactly the orientation anyway. But they'll have a piece of tubing. It'll stick out about 4.5 inches, so there's just a little bit of clearance between the table and the plate. And then I can just throw a pin through. I'm going to mount one of those tubes on this corner, the corner right where you're at, and the corner down there, so that way I can also move these around. So that's my big thought, is just be able to move them from, depending on what I'm doing, you know, it gives me a little bit more versatility. And then also I can switch between them, and I can take them all the way off if I don't want them on. So that's pretty much what we're going to be working on today. It's not a huge project. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. Not too much to figure out other than just figuring out the right tubing to use, a few measurements, doing a little overhead welding. So let's go ahead and get working on that. I'll probably just put you on time lapse, because there's not really much layout other than just lining this up, which it's already pretty much centered and lined up. Same with this. I don't really even have to measure anything on the base. I just have to get this piece of paper on there nice and pop my holes in, or, you know, mark it for my holes. So that's going to be easy to do. And then we're going to start drilling. So there's not really anything to really discuss or how do you do it, because it's straightforward. So let's go ahead and get working on this stuff. Got our plates all cut and drilled. You can see I was just double checking the holes. They were looking pretty good. So for underneath the table, these are the pieces I cut. I think it's 2-inch tubing by 3/16. And then I had some 1.5 by 8 that we're going to use on the plates. See, this is the other thing, is if I get more stuff, you know, like a different bender, because in the future I want to get a pipe bender. I can mount that stuff to pretty much the same thing and put it on the table and still have the weight of the table to hold it still. So that's the big reason why I want to do it this way. So now what we got to do is we're going to actually drill these out. We're going to go in 2 inches. I got some pins. I know they're bolts, but I'm using them as pins. I got 2 of them. So we'll get the right size hole saw. We'll get these marked out. I'll probably just drill these 2 pieces first and then actually fit them onto the plate to so that way they have a chance to cool off a little bit before I handle with them, and I'll probably actually paint them. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, get these marked out. And we'll get everything marked out, but then we'll go through and at least drill these 2 smaller ones so we can get those attached to the plate. Then we'll finish drilling the last 3 and get those attached to the table. So there we go. Everything's mounted up. They do shake some, but they're not coming out of there. If I need to, I could throw some shims in. I could throw a shim in right there, but the big thing is it's not coming out. It's a little bit shakier than I'd like, but that was the best fitting tube I had. Same with this side. And I mean, as we've talked, these aren't permanent mounts. But at least now when I'm bending something, I don't have to worry about the clamp holding it. As you saw yesterday, I was doing some drilling. 2 big things about drilling. You can see I'd stop the drill and pull off all that excess crap. Don't ever grab it with your hands, so if you have a glove on, that wire that comes off is just going to suck your hand into the drill, and then your hand's going to get sucked in. With my small drill, it will just stall out, but if you've got a bigger drill, It's going to suck your hand in, break your arm. It's terrible things. You can see it on the internet on plenty of videos. And if you don't have a glove on, all that spine metal stuff's just going to cut right into your hand. So very important, don't grab onto it. Other thing is I was using my 3/4 inch hole saw for the holes, and that's the same hole saw I've been telling you guys about. I'll include the link for that video below. But like I said, that thing's still going strong, and I've used it a ton. But either way, this was just a quick little project for me. I appreciate you watching and all the support, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Don't forget a big thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Any comments, questions, go ahead and ask. Or just, like I said, the comments, because I like to hear from you. And we'll see you on the next video.